Hey guys, this is Pops Reviews, and I'm here doing a playthrough of Title Bout 2. So I thought I would just show how the game mechanics work since I just did the review video of this, and I kind of thought maybe the play mechanics didn't really show through on the review video, just kind of, me talking about what you could get and that type of thing. So I thought maybe I'll do a playthrough and see how so you could see the mechanics of the game and if it's something that you would like. So, and tonight I'm just kind of, just gonna do the playthrough and not really, I'll try and jazz it up a bit as best as I can. But this is more for this, for the beginner to see like what the game is like, and I'm still also learning this game as well. So, I thought it'd be cool as a playthrough though to do a the game actually comes with some movie fighters, so you might recognize these guys here. So I thought I would do Ivan Drago. So here he is, the Siberian Express. Now he will be taking on the Master of Disaster, Apollo Creed. So here they are, both heavyweights. Drago is a 12 rated slugger. Apollo is a 12 rated boxer. So, and um, Drago has a control factor of 12, and Apollo Creed has a control factor of 11. So, on the conversion chart, a 12-11 conversion would work out to be a 10-9. So, Drago is going to be a 10 or less to control the fight, and Apollo is going to be a 9 or less to control the fight. So, some other things to add here, looking at their cards. So, Drago, the aggressor, he's the aggressor. He has a 10, Apollo has an 8, so he will get always the first card flips to start rounds. And he has 100 endurance, Apollo has 90, so obviously he has 10 more endurance than Apollo. This is a 12 round fight, so those endurances will be the same. And Drago's defense, he is a +2, so good for Apollo. So now his punches will land from a 1 to 36, and Drago actually is hard to knock down. As you can see, he has a 0 for his first knockdown number, and then a 2 for the second, so very hard to knock down. His KO number is a 2, cut 3, and then his counter punch will be a 3 added to his punches landed. And Apollo, foul A, foul C for Drago. Apollo is a -4, so actually Drago is only hitting on a 1 to 30 on Apollo, so that's pretty neat actually, because it seemed like he was getting hit a lot in Rocky 4 there. And his knockdown is a 2 for the first one and then 0 for the second, so they kind of work out to be the same of sorts, I guess. His KO is a 1, so he too is also hard to knock out. And then his counter punching is a 6, so on counter punches, it'll be a 1 to 40 on Drago to hit him. So we'll see how this works as well. And then the counter punches for missed here, you can see for Drago, it's going to be a 46 to 50 that Apollo will be able to try to counter punch. For Drago, it's 48 to 50. So wow, really tight. He has a lot of missed punches though, 35 to 50, but the 48 to 50 is when he's counter punch. So we'll see how things work out for these two gentlemen. We know how it did in 1984 with this movie, and I thought it'd be a pretty cool rematch to do. I got both decks shuffled here. So again, when you're doing a title bout, you have 2 decks. You have 100 cards, and you have to shuffle them into 2 decks. So I've already counted them aside, and I'll give them another little shuffle just so in case you don't trust my shuffling. Give it another shuffle and a cut. Put it down. So cut the cards. So that's 1 deck. So 1 deck will be to start the round. And to go through, once you go through all 50 cards, then the round has ended. And the other deck will be for checking injuries or cuts or any of those other things, but you'll see as we go on here what I do with one deck to the next. So yeah, so let's get at it here. So we're gonna get ready for round one, and as we said, Drago has the aggressor. His aggressor is a 10. Apollo is an 8. So let's see how this goes. And so we will flip the first card. So here we go. So, and Apollo, the dice representing Drago is the blue dice. Apollo is the red. So for control factor now. So we look at the control factor. Sorry for the glare here. Hang on one second here. So control factor 8. So Drago gets control. Okay, so now we flip the next card. It's 38. So we look at his punches landed, and he's -4. He's only landing on a 1 to 30. So that is a 38 is a miss punch. Punch is missed, 35 to 50. So there is no counter punch, but on advanced rules, you would write down that he missed a punch, so that would go towards minusing his endurance. So his endurance right now is currently 100, so now he would be, say, a 99 right now. But we'll calculate that at the end of the round. So just so you know. So, and again, Apollo is a 90. Okay, so he missed, but he is still in control. So we flip the next card. He loses control. So the next card, control factor for Apollo, the 7. He gets control because Apollo now is a 9 or under for control. So now we flip for, look at the random number, 7. And Apollo's power is a 10. So this is a power shot here. So now we flip for the next card. And it is a... we flipped for the next card here. We look at the knockdown here. So 5. So now we look at Drago's KD rating. So it's a 0. So the knockdown number is a 5. We look on the chart. 5 to a 0 is a 4-punch combo for Apollo. So he scores 4. Okay, so Apollo is still in control. So yeah, so he's still in control. We look at his control factor, 6. So he's still in control. 9 or under. Next card is a 69, and a 69 for Apollo is ring movement. So we check the ring movement for the next card. It is right neutral. So now we move the dice here. Apollo is the red dice, so right neutral. We'll swing it like this. So now he's got Drago in the corner. Okay, so now we go for Apollo. Is he still in control? Nope. 13 is greater than 9 or more. So now we go to Drago. 3. He gets control. Now we look at his random number 43. 43 is a miss. So we write down another miss punch for Drago. But again, Apollo, to counter him, has to be a 46. So no counter punch for Apollo. Alright, so now we flip the next card. Drago still in control, 9. 76. A 76 is ring movement. So now we look at the ring movement. Actually, for ring movement, if he's right now in the corner, I think one of the new rules for tight about is if you draw the ring movement and the guy is already in a corner or against the ropes, he will automatically just put him back to the center. So that kind of cuts on the next drawing another card to see what the ring movement is. It's just automatically they get put back to the center. So now Drago is in control, but he loses it. 17 is high. So now we go to Apollo. 7. He gets control. 59 for Apollo is a clinch. So we go to the next card. Apollo loses control. Drago gets control. Drago foul. So now we look for his foul to see what he does. He's a C for foul. We'll cut from the other side deck. We'll see what we get here. Look at the random number. 60 C. So a 60C fouls. We look on the foul chart. 60C is referee reminds the boxers, gestures to the forehead, don't lead with your head. So that's the warning. He just gestures. No, not even a warning. It's just a reminder. So still with Drago, gets control factor. He's a 10. And then we see a 48. Now 48 is a missed punch by Drago, and this one can be countered. So now Apollo has a chance to counter him. So that's Apollo's third missed punch of the first round. Okay, so now we go to Apollo. Can he counter? Look at the random number. Yes, the 18 falls within his punches landed. So he's actually a 1 to 40 for counter punching on Drago. So 18 is going to land, and then let's see the result. The result of the next one is a 13. 13 is a 2-point jab. But it's still Drago's control factor here. So even though Apollo scored, we're still looking at Drago for control factor. So he gets to control. Drago 40. 40 is a missed punch, so he misses another punch. Drago swinging left and right and not scoring anything, so that's 4 missed punches already. His 40 does not land within the counter punching, so we flip the next card. Drago stays in control. Drago 34. But Apollo, again, minuses 4 from Drago. So Drago's only landing on a 1 to 30. So this is a miss. This is going to be a miss. And it doesn't really fall. It falls, I guess, under the punches missed. So we're going to write it down. He threw a punch, but it missed because it didn't hit. So that's 5 missed punches for Drago, but nothing to be countered. Okay, so now we still Drago. Does he have control? Nope. Apollo. Nope. Drago. Yes. Drago. Round number 16. So now he's going to land a punch. And it is a 41. And a 41 on his chart is a 3-point cross. So that's his first point scored for the round. Now Drago. No control. Apollo. No control. Drago. No control. Apollo. No control. Drago. No control. Apollo. Gets control. Apollo. 51. A 51 for him is clinch. Does Apollo stay in control? Yes, still in control. Injury. So now we're going to cut a card. We're not going to look at this injury on this card. We're going to cut a card from the other deck to see what his injury, if there is an injury or not. So we cut injury. No injury. Treat this just as a break in the action, no effect. So we just continue on. Apollo had control. He loses control. Drago. No control. Apollo. He is a 9, so no control for Apollo. Drago gets control. Drago. 9. A 9 was within his power. So this could be a big shot here. Is this going to be a knockdown? We look at the knockdown number. 19. And Apollo's KD number is a 2. So we look at the 19 and a 2. And it is a K110. A K110. So we look at K110. On a 1 to 10, score 6 points plus knockdown. On a full kill instinct. On 11 to 20, score 6 points and add KD2 for the rest of the round. So we're going to go to the the other deck, and we're going to draw cards till we get a number that lands between 1 to 10 or the 11 to 20. So I'm going to flip here. 22. No, that doesn't line up, but the 20 is the minimum. We're going to take the next card, 26. No. And this is how I do it. I don't see any official rules to say this, but this is what I am doing to resolve this solution here because of the numbers they say 1 to 10 do this or 11 to 20 do that. If someone knows the better way to do this, let me know. But this is the way I'm kind of solving this right now until I know better. So again, not within that range here. I know you might be able to look at a result, but say look at this card again. The random number is 25. The result is 59. So again, that's still not answering the K110 question of what happens. So we'll continue to draw until we find a proper number. 68, no. 13. So okay, so now the 13 is on a so we're on the second half of what would happen. So it says on 11 to 20, score 6 points. So Drago is going to score 6 points, so that makes him up to 9. And then add KD2 for the rest of the round. So Apollo's just going to be the 2 because his first rating is a 2, his second is a 0. So usually you would add the numbers together, but because there's a 0, he's just going to be a 2. So that ends that there for that possible knockdown. Apollo survives it, but now we go back to the deck here. There's only 2 cards left. Drago is in control, and he stays in control of 10. Draws the next card. It's a foul, so now we can look up a foul. Does he foul at the end? Draw the card here. Foul. Look at the round number 56. So 56, foul, and Drago is a C. So again, it's just a reminder. It admonishes both fighters. Come on, keep it up clean, guys. And that ends the round. So we went through all 50 cards here, and we had to go through a few on the other side. But I just shuffle those. So the end of the round, and Drago was able to score 9-6 on Apollo. So then we look up the judges' point difference chart. So you have a 3-point difference. So we look up the 3-point difference, and it shows high score wins 10-9, low score wins 10-9, even wins 10-10. So it says check. So we have to check a card to see what the judges say because it falls within it's within the 3, so we have to check. So we're going to flip a card, and we look at the judges portion, which is J1, J2, J3, and it says high score, even, high score. So that means Drago is going to score 10, 10, 10. And Apollo is going to get a 9, 10, 9. So that's how you score that. Okay, so I'm just going to write that down. So Judge 1 has Drago have it 10, 10, 10. And Apollo was a 9, 10, and a 9, I believe it was. Okay. And then you're also going to note that, Drago had 9 punches landed, and Apollo had 6 punches landed. So now that takes away from their endurance. So because Drago had 5 punches missed, so that's going to take away from his 100. So now he's already at 95. And then Apollo landed 6 punches. So now he's at 89 for endurance. Okay, so you write that down. And then Apollo is a 90, and he didn't have any missed punches in that round, but Drago did hit him 9 points of damage, so his would go down to an 81 for endurance. So now it's 89 to 81 for endurance. We scored a round, and now we go to the next round. So we pull out the other deck that we shuffled. I'm going to give it another little shuffle just because there was some, we had to look up some stuff on the charts there. So we're going to do that. Give it a little shuffle. Okay, and the other deck as well that I just used, you're gonna give that a mini shuffle just because you used it, and that's still going to be answering questions for if things happen like we saw, for checking things out. We still will get, so I give that a little mini shuffle. And at the end of this round, we're going to shuffle both the decks to make one deck, and then separate them again, and then you do your 50 cards for each deck. Your 2 decks of 50 cards. Okay, so now we start round 2. Ding ding, and again, Drago will always get control because he's the aggressor. So we look at Drago again. So Drago gets control. 2 gets control. A 66 on Drago is clinching, so nothing happens. Check Drago again. 15, nothing there. So now Apollo. 5, sorry. So he gets control. Apollo, 32. And a 32 for Apollo is a hit. And the result, we look at the result, 75. So 75 for Apollo is a 3-point uppercut. Big shot to start to get the round going here. Apollo stays in control. Apollo lands a punch. Just one above his powers. But he lands a punch on 11. And that punch is a 19. And a 19 on his card is a 2-point jab. So he's at 5. Okay, so now we check Apollo for control. Stays in control. Apollo, 22, lands a punch. Look at the result, 65. 65 on his scoring for his punches. 65 is a 2-point combination, so he's at 7. Does he keep control? We look at the control, no control. So now we go to Drago. Drago, no control. Apollo gets control. Apollo lands a power shot. Number 4. So now we look at the KD number 20. 20 to Drago 0. So we looked at the chart, 20, 0, and that is an asterisk. So we look at the asterisk here. The asterisk says, get KD number on a 1, score 6 points, a KD, and a full killer instinct. On a 2 to 20, score 6 points, add KD for the rest of the round. So now I got to draw cards again. If I get a number 1, he's going to score 6 points and a knockdown and full killer instinct. So let's see what happens here. So I'm going to draw random number 35. Doesn't give me an answer for that. 75, nothing. A 20. So a 20 gives me an answer. It says on a 20, on a 2 to 20, score 6 points. So this was for this is Apollo who had control, I believe, right? So Apollo will score 6 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's at the 13. And then add a KD2 for the rest of the round. So now we're adding Drago's 0 to 2. So there's just going to be a 2 for the rest of the round. So we're going to continue on. And Apollo, no control. Drago gets control. Drago, an 80. And an 80 for him is ring movement. So we draw the next card. Stay in ring center. So now Drago stays in control. Drago, a 10. This is a power shot for him. So now we're looking at the KD for Apollo. So 15 on Apollo's 2. So 15 on a 2 is a 5H. So a 5H says on the chart, score 5 points. He's hurt by that punch. Retain control factor for the next turn. Go straight to the action. So we score 5 points for Drago. And now we're going to flip the next card because that hurt Apollo. And they're not going to check the control factor. He's already in control according to what it said on here. So he retains control factor for the next turn. Go straight to the action. So we're not going to check the control factor number. We're going to check the random number. It's a 47. And a 47 is a miss punch. So we're going to write that down. Miss punch. Miss punch for Drago in the second round. And this can be countered by Apollo because it falls within 46 to 50. He could be counter punched. So now we check the random number for Apollo. 24. That's going to hit. Excuse me. The result is a 70. We look at Apollo 70, and that is a 3-point uppercut. That's 16. But Drago is still in control, despite all that. So now he loses control. Apollo gets control. Excuse me. A 78 for Apollo is ring movement. We check the ring movement. Stay in ring center. Apollo gets control. Apollo 77, ring movement. And it is ring center. Okay, so now Apollo loses control. Drago, no control. Apollo gets control. Apollo. 62. 62 for Apollo is clinched. Apollo, no control. Drago gets control. Drago, 45. And a 45 is a missed punch for Drago. And this can be countered. So this is another missed punch. That's 2 already in the round. Apollo gets to try and counter. Apollo, foul. So when something like this happens, when you see a foul on a counter punch, it just goes away. Nothing happens. Apollo's lost his chance to counter. So now we go back to Drago. Drago loses control. Apollo gets control because he's a 9. And next card, 23, that hits. And it is a 50. Result 50 is a 2-point cross. So he's up to 18. Apollo loses control. Drago loses control. Apollo. He's a 9, so no control for Apollo. And last card, so it doesn't even matter. Control is lost. So there you have it. Apollo, really good round for him. He scores 18-5. So you write that down. And you're going to write, also again, Drago's misses. So he missed 2 punches in that round. But first we're going to write down the point totals. So again, Drago had 5 for that round. So his total punch is a 14 combined. And Apollo had 18. That's a huge round for him. So that's 24 combined. Okay, so then you do the math. So sorry, I had a bit of a cold, and I still have the remnants of it. So just bear with me, guys. So Drago, he had 89 endurance. He missed 2 punches that round, so that's 87. And then Apollo landed 18. So now his endurance is a 69. So now he has 69. And Apollo has 81 endurance. And then minus the 5 punches that he took from Drago. So now he's at a 76. So he has really brought down the endurance factor between the two. And then he had 18-5 point difference in punches. So that's 13-point difference in punches. So now we're going to look that up on the chart. 13-point difference. A 13-point difference on the chart. So 7-15, high score wins. So Apollo's winning that 10-9 on all the judges. So I write that down. So Drago is going to have a 9-9-9 from all the judges. Apollo is a 10-10-10. Okay. Now we can move on to round 3. So I'm just going to pause the video while I shuffle the 100 cards together to create one deck and then separate them to make the 2 separate decks. So just give me 1 second. Okay, so there we go. We're starting off round 3 here. And you're kind of seeing the gameplay, guys, already, like how the flow of the game kind of is going here. It really goes a lot faster. I'm just kind of doing a recording here, so I'm kind of giving you like the kind of like what you call more of a raw showing of how this kind of plays out, right? So here we go. So I've shuffled the cards, both decks, so now we're ready for round 3. So again, Drago has the control. Look at his number, no control. Apollo, no control. Drago, no control. Apollo gets control. Apollo, 52. And a 52 for Apollo is clinching. So now we check. Apollo loses control. Drago, no control. Apollo gets control. Apollo, a foul. So now we're going to look at a foul. Apollo is a foul A. We flip here from the random deck. 28A. And that is a reminder, cautions both fighters, keep your punches up above the waist. So nothing happens, so we continue. Apollo had control, and he loses control. Drago gets control. Ivan Drago, 41, is a missed punch. But there is no counter. So we write that down, missed punch for Drago. So he's missed a lot of punches here, firing shots at Apollo. This must be the young Apollo from like Rocky 2 that they probably put here. Okay, so now we go back to Drago. Has control. Drago, 67, and 67 is clinching, so nothing. Drago loses control. Apollo gets control. A 61 on Apollo is clinching, so nothing happens. Apollo stays in control. Apollo, foul. We're going to check another foul. I'm going to flip the first card. Foul. A 65. So Apollo 65A. 65A. And it reminds the boxers, gestures to his forehead, don't lead with your head. So again, he's just reminding, not a warning. So here we go. Apollo gets control. Apollo 45. And a 45 is a missed punch. So this is Apollo's first missed punch of the fight, actually. That's pretty crazy. So his first missed punch. And it's a 45. And his counter, though, is from a 48 to a 50. So that's really crazy. Wow. Tight countering. So Drago cannot get a punch in there. This is definitely young Apollo here. So there we go. So Apollo stays in control. Apollo 46. And a 46 again is a missed punch. So his second missed punch of the fight. So you write that down. Another missed punch. Okay. We go back to the action here again. So again, his counter punch again is a 48 to be hit by Drago. So now he loses control. Drago loses no control. Apollo, no control. Drago gets control. Drago lands an 11, and this is a power shot. 11. Big shot here. And an 11 on the chart. So 11 and a 2. So we look at the KD number 11. Apollo is a 2. So that's a 5-point punch landed by Drago. Okay, so now he has control still. Drago lands a 14. That's a punch landed here. And a 74. A 74 on Drago is a 3-point uppercut. Drago staying in control. Drago 44. This time it's a missed punch. So he's getting overzealous here, trying to land the shots on Apollo. 44, missed punch. Okay. And not within the counterpunch range. Drago, no control. Apollo, no control. Drago, no control. Apollo gets control. Apollo 39, and a 39 is this is 1 to 36, so 39 is a missed punch, but no counter punch. So Apollo trying to open up, but he misses. So even though he misses, it's taking a toll on his endurance. So now Apollo loses control. Drago get no control because it's a 10 for him. Apollo no control. Drago gets control. Drago a 3, another power shot. Drago this time a 14. 14 on a 2. So again, we look at the chart, 14 and a 2. So now we get a 5H. And a 5H is score 5 points. He's hurt by that punch. So 5 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 brings him up to 13. And then he retains control factor for the next turn, goes straight to the action. So we flip. He's already in control, Drago. And a 59. 59 is a clinch. So it's almost like Apollo clinch because he got hurt by that big shot. Drago, no control. Apollo, no control. Drago gets control. Does he land a punch? 11. Oh, he lands a punch again. So now we're going to flip from the next side. Not is a knockdown. 2. KD 2. On Apollo's 2. So 2 and a 2 is a 4-point punch. So that puts him up to 17. And that ends the round. So wow, big round for Ivan Drago as he scores 17-0 on Apollo. So that's a huge round. So you write that down here. So now, Drago scored 17 punches. So now we do, and it's good sometimes just to do the calculations of how many punches combined. Just so you have that, there's a space for that. So 14 plus 17 equals 31. So already Drago has landed 31 combined punches, and Apollo had 0 for that, so he stays at his 24. So now the endurance, Drago missed 2 punches that round, so now he's down to 67 because Apollo didn't land any punches on him. Apollo, he's at a 76 endurance, minus the 3 punches he missed, and then minus the 17 punches from Drago. So now he's at 56. So Drago's starting to wear on him in that 4th round. All right. So now their endurance at 67-56. And then we had a big 17-point difference in punches. So now we look at the chart here from the judges. 17-point difference. 16 to 18. Wow, so you still got a check here even. That's pretty amazing here. So we look at the chart here. My 17-point difference. Yes, we're still gonna look because it says here the high score win 10-8. Low score even, high score wins 10-9. So yeah, we still got to check it here. So it says here even, high score, high score. So the high score again for this is a 10-8. So this is a huge round for Drago. The even is a 10-9. So he has 2 high scores from the 2nd and 3rd judge. So we're going to write that down. And Apollo is getting 2 8s here. So let me make sure and write this down properly here so I don't get confused. So Drago has 10s all the way across the board. And then the even number for the first judge is a 9. But the rest of them are 8s for Apollo. So that's a huge loss in the round there for Apollo. So that's how we score that. All right. So now we put that deck aside. And we give the other deck a little shuffle here because we had to go through some cards. And give that a little shuffle because we're going to start round number 5. So here we go. And again, Drago is the aggressor, so he starts. So here we go. And again, you give the other side deck that you just finished, you give it a little small shuffle just because, again, you might be drawing results from that. So, okay. So here we go. Start of round 5. So Drago. No control. That needs a 10. Apollo, no control. Drago, no control. Apollo, no control. Drago gets control. Drago, a foul. So now we're going to flip the card. 15 foul for Drago. And he's a C. And the referee again waves off the fighter's complaint and clearly states no foul. So now we continue to draw for Drago. Drago keeps control. Drago. 11. This is a power shot here. And 19. 19 on Apollo's 2. So 19 and a 2. That's a K110. So K110 is again a 1 to 10 scores 6 points plus knockdown and full killer instinct. On 1120 score 6 points and add knockdown 2 for the rest of the round. So again, now I'm going to have to draw from the side deck here to see the random number. So 68 doesn't help. 25 doesn't help. 22 doesn't help. On 11, the 11 now, that helps, right? So K110 on 11 to 20 scores 6 points. So I gotta reset this. So 6 points he scores. And add KD2 for the rest of the round. So now we just go back to the cards here. Drago, no control. Apollo, no control. Drago gets control. Drago, 26, gonna land a punch. And it is a 1 partially blocked. So 1 partially blocked. Now Drago keeps control. Drago. Huge shot here. A 1. This is a big power shot. A 7. KD 7 on the 2. So 7 on a 2 is a 4-point punch landed. So now that puts him at 11. So now Drago keeps control. Drago. 20 is a landed punch. And 66. 66 on his chart is a 2-point combination. So now Drago's starting to light up Apollo. Drago keeps control. Drago. A 10. Another big power punch here landing. He's got Apollo going here. 8. 8 on a 2. 8 on a 2 is another 4-point punch landed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Drago putting it on here. Now he loses control. Apollo gets control. Apollo. 78. And the 78 is ring movement. Ring center. Apollo, no control. Drago, no control. Apollo gets control. Apollo, a 30. 30 is a hit. And it is a 19, and a 19 is a 2-point jab. So he scores on the board. Apollo, no control. Drago gets control. Drago, a foul. So now we're going to see what the foul is. 70. So 70 on a C. So now we're looking at the fouls. 70 on a C is this is a referee stops the action. He's going to warn Drago for working his opponent's eyes with the glove, laces, or tape. So he's going to get a warning for that. So then you would put that in, you could put that in the comments under a foul. He got a warning, because there is things for warning. So you just have to write the number of the foul. So I'm just gonna write a 70 that he was warned. Okay, you just kind of note that down, because it could come back in the next rounds that he was warned, that gets another warning. Okay, so Drago loses control. Apollo, no control, because he needs a 9. Drago, no control, needs a 10. Apollo gets control. Apollo, 27. There's a punch landed, and it is a 32. A 32 for Apollo is a 2-point hook. All right. Apollo gets control. Apollo, a 10. The 10, big power punch here. What's he going to do to the Russian? 18. And 18 on his 0. 18 and a 0 is a 5H. And a 5H is score 5 points. He's hurt by a punch. So Apollo goes up to 9. He's hurt by that punch. Retain the control factor for next turn. Goes straight to the action. So Apollo already has the control factor. A 49. And a 49 is a miss punch. So we write down miss punch for Apollo. And Drago's going to get to counter. Drago will have a chance to counter. Okay, so now we draw the next card for Drago. This could be a counter. A 38 for Drago. He has a it's going to be a 3 added to his 34, so that's 37. So that's one short. So he's going to miss the counter punch. And it is a punch miss, so we're going to write that down. Punch miss on the counter. All right. So now we go back to Apollo, because that was a counter punch. No control. Drago gets control. Drago. 71. 71 is ring movement. And that's pretty much going to end the round. They stay at ring center. So that ends the round. So pretty active round. As you can see, Drago, though, landing 17-9 for points. So I'm just going to pause this, do all the scoring, and then I will come back here in a second. Okay, so we are back here, and I'm just shuffling the cards here. There's a couple things while I was doing this, I just wanted to just kind of mention. One, like the checking of the control factor, like some would say, like, why isn't there more action? Why isn't there more punching in that? But if you really look at a boxing match, you would notice that, two fighters are not constantly throwing punches left and right. They're kind of looking to see, what their entry points are, to try and get in and try and score. So a lot of that is kind of simulated in this, where, you're kind of, whoever's in control, they're trying to find control, trying to find their, their footing, their, to see, what punches they can land. So I think that's kind of simulated by that pretty well, actually. And another thing that I wanted to mention is also the scoring as well. It's not always going to be clear-cut scoring. So to have the kind of the variance is always a nice thing. So, all right. So here we go here. So now we are at the start of round number 5. So here we go. So it's going to be Drago again in control. So Drago gets control. Drago 41, and 41 is a miss punch. So Drago missing. All right. No counter punch. Not in the range. So Drago now. Gets control. Drago. 14. Lands a punch. Just one above his power. And it's one partially blocked. Alright. Drago. No control. Apollo. Gets control. He's a 9. Apollo. 34. And a 34 is a landed punch. And one partially blocked as well. Apollo. No control. Drago gets control. Drago. A 10 is a power shot. A 5. So 5 on a 2. 5 on a 2. And that's 4 punches landed for Drago. Big shots. Drago now. No control. Apollo. No control. Drago. No control. Apollo. No control. Drago. No control. Apollo gets control. Apollo 12 is a landed punch, and Apollo result 55 is a 3-point combination. All right, Apollo, that's still in control. Apollo 67. 67 is ring movement, and they still in ring center. Apollo, no control. Drago, no control. Apollo, no control. It's a 9 for Apollo. Drago gets control. Drago, 13. 13 is a power punch by Drago. And a 14. 14 on a 2. 14 on a 2 is a 5H. And a 5H is... He's hurt by the punches, score 5 points. And he retains the control factor, goes straight to the action. So, Drago, an 11, another power shot. And a 3. So 3 on again a 2. A 3 on a 2 is 4 punches land. So he's up to 14. Now he has to check his control. No control for Drago. Apollo. No control. Drago. Drago gets control. 10. Drago, 53. And 53 is clinching. Probably done by Apollo. Those big shots. Drago, no control. Apollo, no control. Drago, no control. Apollo gets control. Apollo, 58. Now 58 is a clinch. Apollo gets still in control. Apollo lands a punch. Not a power one, just above his power. And 63. 63 is a 2-point combination. Apollo, no control. Drago gets no control. Sorry. Apollo gets control. Apollo, 22, lands a punch. And it is a 38, and a 38 is a 3-point cross. And the last card of the round, doesn't matter. No control. All right. So that ends the round. I will tally that up. Okay, so now we're going to start round 6. And one other thing I wanted to mention is if you did decide to buy another boxing action card deck, that's these cards here that are 100 cards, you can, if you think that would speed things up, but again, you don't want to, the 100 cards that are given are built within the 100 cards to do what they have to do for the game. So if you did buy another set, another deck of boxing action cards, you wouldn't mix them together. You keep them separately. You shuffle them within themselves, but you wouldn't mix the two decks together. So that's just a word of caution or advice here. So here we go now. We're ready for round 6, and Drago is starting to really wear down Apollo. He's down to 23 endurance. Drago is at 47. So here we go. Round number 6. And it is no control for Drago. Apollo, no control. Drago, no control. Apollo, no control. Drago gets control. Drago, 57. And a 57 is clinching. Drago, no control. Apollo gets control. Apollo, 18, lands a punch. And a 62 for Apollo is a 2-point combination. So, sorry, I forgot to move these back. 2-point combination. Apollo, no control. Drago, no control. Apollo gets control. Apollo lands a punch. And his punch is a 32, and a 32 is a 2-point hook. He's starting to come out in this round. Apollo, no control. Drago gets control. Drago, a foul. We're going to draw a card from this deck. Foul. 58. And a 58C is another reminder. Admonishes both fighters. Come on, keep it clean, guys. Drago's starting to use the dirty tactics. Drago stays in control. Drago, 47. 47 is a missed punch. And this can be countered. So a missed punch. And now we draw for Apollo on a 1, 2, 40. And that is a miss. So I'm going to write that down. Apollo missing. Missing on a missed punch, counter punch. That rule might be optional for counter punches, but I'll just write it down because it's a missed punch in my opinion that he threw and he missed. He had the opportunity. Okay. Or maybe not, actually. He just didn't get it. So maybe I'll take that off. I'll take that off. Sorry. If he actually threw within his numbers, then I'd probably write that down. All right. Sorry, guys. Here we go. So Drago. No control. Apollo gets control. Apollo Foul for Apollo. So now we check Apollo now. Fight getting a little dirty here. 62. A 62 on a 62A. Warning: the fighter taps. Referee taps his elbow and tells the fighter, stop using your elbows. So these are just reminders. They're not actual warnings. There's only one warning so far. But these are just reminders here. So now Apollo. Giving back the dirty tactics to Drago. No control for Apollo. Drago gets control. Drago. 76. And 76 is ring movement. Stay in the ring center. Drago gets control. Drago. A 21. 21 lands a punch. And it is a 45. And a 45 for Drago is a 2-point cross. Big 2-point cross for Drago. Drago, no control. Apollo gets control. Apollo, 30. 30 lands a punch. 67. And a 67 is a 2-point combination. A two-piecer. Apollo gets control. Apollo, a foul. Draw another card. Foul. 11. Probably nothing. 11 on an A is nothing. Waves off fighter's complaint and clearly states no foul. Apollo, no control. Drago, no control. Apollo, no control. Drago, no control. Apollo, no control. Drago, no control. Apollo gets control. Apollo Creed, 24, lands a punch. And the result is a 1. And a 1 is a 3-point jab. Big shots. Apollo using that jab to keep Drago off. Apollo stays in control. Apollo. A foul. Boy, another foul here. These guys getting dirty. And a foul. 10 is nothing. Waving it off. Apollo. Gets control. Apollo. 66, and the 66 will be ring movement, but that ends the round. All right. So I will score that, and we will come back. All right, so everything is scored up here, and we're going to get ready for round number 7. Scheduled for 12, and these two guys going at it here. So here we go, round number 7. Drago gets control. Drago. 32. 32 is a missed punch, actually. He missed because Apollo's defense is -4. So, a missed punch for Drago, but no counter. All right. But he stays in control. Drago stays in control. Drago, 15, lands a punch. And it is a 31, and the 31 is a 2-point hook. All right. Drago, no control. Apollo, no control. Drago gets control. Drago, 49. And the 49 is a missed punch. And Apollo will get the counter. All right, and the missed punch. Oh, Apollo's going to get the counter. 22. And the result, 59. And 59 is a 2-point combination for Apollo. We go back to Drago. Drago, no control. Apollo, no control. Drago, no control. Apollo, no control. Drago gets control. Drago, 16, lands a punch. And it is a 66, and a 66 is a 2-point combination. Drago gets control. Drago lands, nope, not landing a punch. 37 is a missed punch, but it will not be countered. So missed punch for Drago. He's already missed 3 in this round. Yeah. Okay. Drago, no control. Apollo, no control. Drago, no control. Apollo gets control. Apollo, foul. Possible foul. Random number 13. And that's no foul. Apollo. No control. Drago. No control. Apollo. No control. Drago. Gets control. Drago. 23. Lands a punch. And there's a 14. And a 14 for Drago is a 3-point hook. Okay. Drago. No control. Apollo. No control. Drago. No control. Apollo. Gets control. Apollo. 53. And 53 is clinching. Apollo stays in control. Lands a power punch. A 14. Wow, big 14 here. A power punch. So 14 on a 0. 14 on a 0 is big 5 punches land for Apollo. Apollo stays in control. Apollo, 71. And the 71 is ring movement. And on the far ropes. So now, Apollo has got Drago on the far ropes, and he gets a Drago is a slugger, so he gets a +2 to his control factor. So now he is an 11 for control factor while he's on the ropes. So Apollo stays in control. Apollo, 41. 41 is a missed punch, but no counter. So a missed punch for Apollo. Okay. Apollo stays in control. Apollo, 58. And 58 is clinching. Apollo staying in control. Apollo, 34. Having the fight of his life here against Drago here. And 65. 65 is a 2-point combination. And to end the round. So that ends the round. Apollo landing 9-7 on Drago. So I will score that. Give me 1 second. Okay, so yes, just did the scoring, and now this is getting to be a real tough fight here as we are going into round 8. And it is Drago with 25 endurance, Apollo at 13. But Apollo's been pretty consistent in the last few rounds. And Drago's trying to kind of go up and down. Alright, so here we go. We set the scoring here, and we're getting ready for round number 8, scheduled for 12. Here we go. Drago gets control. Drago lands a punch. And it is a 74, and a 74 for Drago is a 3-point uppercut. Drago gets control, still in control. Drago, 14, one above his power. A 49 for Drago, lands, and a 49. There's a 2-point cross. So he's coming out firing here on Apollo in the 8th round. Drago loses control. Apollo, no control. Drago, oh, sorry, I got to put these guys back in the center. Drago, no control. Apollo, no control. Drago, no control. Apollo, gets control. He is a 9. Apollo, 21, lands a punch. Apollo, 16, and a 16 is a 2-point jab. Apollo stays in control. Apollo now lands a punch, not a power punch. 11. And a punch is one partially blocked. Apollo. No control. Drago. Gets control. Drago. Lands a punch. And a 57. 57 for Drago is a 3-point combination. Drago. No control. Apollo. No control. Drago. No control. Apollo. No control. Drago. Gets control. Drago, 73. 73. Ring movement. on the far ropes. Now he's got Apollo on the far ropes. Now he gets a +1 to a boxer for controls. Now he is at an 11. And he gets control. Drago's still in control. A 52. A 52 is clinching. Drago still in control. A foul. Possible foul. So we draw 58. 58 on a C. 58 on a C is... Again, admonishes both fighters. Come on, keep it clean, guys. So now, Drago, still in control. Drago, another possible foul. I'll use that injury card. Random number, 34. 34 on a C is... waves off fighter's complaint. Clearly states no foul. So there we go. Drago, still in control. Drago lands a power punch. A 19. Oh, man, this could be trouble for Apollo. 19 on a 2 is a K110. So, again, we have to draw until we get a random number that fits between 1 to 20. Nope. 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 So I'm going to draw here till we get something here. 75. Nope. 29. Nope. Nope. 48. 50. Nope. Oh, a 12. Here we go. So 12 on a K110. So he scores 6 points. He's up to 14. And add KD2 for the rest of the round. So Drago, big shot. He's got Apollo against the ropes, and he is an 11, so loses control. Apollo, no control. Drago, no control. Apollo gets control. Apollo lands a power punch. And a 10. A 10 to Drago's 0 is a 4-point punch. So that's up to 7. Apollo now trying to fire back on the ropes. He retains control. Apollo lands another big punch on Ivan Drago. 13. A 13 on a 2 is, or 13 on a 0 is another 5-point punch. So Apollo firing back. And at 12, Apollo now still in control. He's trying to work off the ropes on Drago. 59. A 59 is a clinch. Apollo loses control, and Drago ends the round. All right, interesting round. Wow. Apollo came back at the end there, and we will score that. All right, then we're getting ready for the start of round number 9. And Apollo is at 0 endurance, so he is using his fatigue side. And Drago is at 13 endurance. So let's see if how this plays out here. Apollo now fatigued, so his ratings are going to go down here a bit here. Instead of the -4 for his defense, now his defense is at a -2. And also his control factor also has changed. So against the slugger, he is a 9. Drago is a 12 still. So we look at the control factor, a 12 and 9. 12-9 on the control chart. So his control factor has gone down a lot. They don't have it at 12-9, so that means it's just going to be a 12-9. That is a huge advantage now for Drago, because the control factor has changed. So now Drago, big 12-9 here. So here we go. We're going to start Drago now, a 12, and Apollo is a 9. So here we go. Drago gets control. Drago, possible foul. And the foul, 49. A 49 C. 49C is cautions both fighters keep your punches above the waist. Referee giving just huge leniency to these two guys here tonight. Okay, so Drago still in control. Drago, 52. And the 52 is clinching. Drago still in control. Drago, 73 is ring movement. And they're still in ring center. Drago loses control. Now Apollo is a 9 or lower. Gets control. Apollo, injury. So now we're going to flip a card here for the injury. No injury. Treat this just as a break in the action. No effect. All right, so Apollo loses control. Drago gains control. Drago, a 40. 40 is a missed punch. Missed punch for Drago. All right. Apollo just out on his feet here, still trying to give it all he's got. Drago is in control because now he's at a 12. Drago lands a huge power punch and is a 1. So now Apollo's knockdown is a 4. So now we go 1 to a 4 on the chart. And it's a big 4-point punch from Drago. Drago now. No control. Apollo. No control. Drago gets control. Drago. A 63. And a 63 is a clinch. Drago, no control. Apollo, no control. Drago. Drago gets control. 47 is a missed punch. Missed punch, so Apollo's going to get to try and counter. Apollo, on the missed punches, counter punching is a 6. So now it is a 1. It's still a 1 to 40. Gets a shot. Lands a shot. And it is a 48. 48 for Apollo. It's a 2-point cross. But it's still Drago in control. Drago is in control. Drago, 62. 62 is clinching. Drago loses control. Apollo gets control. Apollo, 31. A 31 is a landed punch. And it is a 43. 43 on his landed punches here is a 3-point cross. So Apollo's still getting some shots in here. Apollo in control. Right? Apollo, you have control? No, he had, it was a counterpunch. So, Drago. Drago's still in control. Drago, 67. 67 is clinching. Drago, no control. Apollo, no control. Drago gets control. Drago lands a power punch. An 8. An 8 on Apollo's 4. So an 8 on the 4 is a 5-point shot by Drago. Drago loses control. Apollo, no control. Drago gets control. Drago, 55. And a 55 is clinching. Drago gets control. Drago, 37. 37. Apollo's a -2. So 37 is a missed punch, but no counter. So 37 missed punch. Okay. Drago. Still in control. Drago lands a power punch. A 4. A 4 on a 4 is a 4. 4 on a 4 is a 4. So another 4-point. Drago. No control. And ending the round. Paulo got control, but ends the round. So, big round for Drago, 13-5. I will score it up and come back. All right, here we go. Start of round 10. Wow. This guy's going to deep rounds, but Apollo is struggling here. And again, I'll just do these, or just a little mini quick shuffle, and here we go. Start of round 10. Drago, no control. Paulo gets control. Paulo, 24. There's a landed punch. And it's one partially blocked. Paulo stays in control. Paulo, 61. And 61 is a clinch. Paulo, no control. Drago, no control. Apollo gets control. Apollo, possible foul. A foul, 55. 55 to his A is. Scolds the fighters, no hitting behind the head. These guys have got off with light warnings here tonight. Apollo gets in control. Apollo, 42. And a 42 is a missed punch, but no counter. It's almost irrelevant now because his endurance is at a 0, but we'll still mark it down. And just so you're aware too, Drago is at a 5. So, Paulo, no control. Drago gets control. Drago, 38. And a 38 is a missed punch. So Drago still has his endurance. So we'll mark it down, but it's going to be irrelevant at this point here. Drago, no control. Paulo gets control. Paulo lands a punch, not a power punch, and it is a 56. 56 is a 3-point combination. All right, Apollo, no control. Drago gets control. Drago, possible foul. A 12, that's nothing. Drago gets control because he's at a 12. 58, and a 58 is clinching. Drago, no control. Apollo gets control. Apollo, 25, lands a punch. And a 42. And a 42 for Apollo is a 3-point cross. Apollo is still in control. Apollo misses the punch. No counter. All right. Apollo, no control. Drago, no control. Apollo, no control. Drago gets control. Drago, 74. Ring movement. And it's ring center. Drago gets control. Drago, 36. 36 is a miss. I'll write that down because his endurance is still a factor here. In the 10th round, Drago in control. Drago, 45 is another miss. But still no counter. Drago throwing shots against a tired Creed, but he's still not hitting him. Drago misses, no control. Paulo, no control. Drago gets control. Drago lands a power shot. On a 2. A 2 on a 4. It is a 4-pointer. Drago in control. Drago lands another power punch. This time an 18. 18 on a 4. So 18 on a 4 is a K. Scores 6 points. What a punch. That's 10. He is knocked down. He has knocked down Creed here in the 10th round. And now we check for KO. You have no KO, full killer instinct. So KO. We look at the KO number, which is a 7. So 7, 2, Apollo's 4. Oh, sorry, 7 to his KO, a 2 is no KO. So now we're gonna go for the full killer instinct here because he was knocked down, and unfortunately for Drago, he's knocked him down here. Apollo has a. We're going to cut a card here to see what his knockdown count was here. So Apollo got up on a count of 2, and then we're going to go Killer Instinct, but there was only one card left, and so his Killer Instinct is no more. So that ends the round. So Drago kind of got cheated there because he would have got a full Killer Instinct there of 9 cards, but it was the end of the round, so he is cheated, and a new round begins there. So, but we will score the knockdown there. I will come back to you here with results here. So we're going into round 11. Okay, so we're in the championship rounds here, and it's round 11, scheduled for 12. So 2 more rounds here, and both these fighters are fatigued here. So we're looking at fatigue ratings here. So here we go. So now it is 10. It is now Drago has gone down 2 points. So now it is a 10 to a 10. So 10 to a 10 rating. Sorry, 10 to a 9. Sorry. So the 10-9 rating is still a 10, or it's going to be 8-7. So now they're no, sorry, I'm looking at these ratings wrong. Sorry, guys. So a 10-9 is a 10-9. So Drago still has the advantage, 10-9. So that's how the cards are drawn. So it's back to the 10-9 rating. So here we go, round 11. So Drago gets control. Drago lands a power punch because it is 10. So he's landing power here. And it is an 11. An 11 on a 4. 11 on a 4 is a 5-point punch. So he starts off with a big 5-point punch in the 11th round. Both men fatigued. Drago keeps control. Drago 40. 40 is a missed punch. And I'm not going to mark him because they're both at 0 endurance. So 40, a missed punch, no counter. Drago stays in control. Drago lands a punch. He's landing a punch this time because now it is no, sorry, his punches are 1 to 30 minus 2, so it's 1 to 28, so he misses. So no punch landed, but he stays in control. Now he loses control. Apollo, no control. Drago, no control. Apollo, no control. Drago, no control. Apollo, no control. Drago, no control. Apollo, no control. Drago gets control. Drago, 79. And 79 is ring movement. Ring center still. Drago, no control. Apollo, no control. Drago gets control. Drago, 13. Lands a punch and a 53. 53 for Drago is a 3-point combination. Drago stays in control. Drago, 77, ring movement. Left neutral. So he's moving Apollo to the left neutral corner. So now he will get a +1. So now he'll be an 11. Control factor. Stays in control. Drago, 20. Lands a punch. 26. And a 26 is a 3-point hook. Drago stays in control. Drago 51. 51 is a clinch. Drago staying in control. He's got Apollo going here. You're going to land a power shot. A 3. A 3 to a 4. It's a 4-pointer. Drago, no control. Apollo gets control. Apollo, 12. Lands a punch. And it's a 50. And 50 for Apollo is a 2-point cross. Apollo, no control. Drago, no control. Apollo, no control. Drago gets control. Drago lands a punch. 17. And a 57 for Drago is a 3-point combination. Drago, no control. Apollo, he gets control. Yep, gets control. Apollo, 41 is a missed punch. Apollo gets control. Apollo, 25, lands a punch. And a 14 for Apollo is a 2-point jab. So that ends the round. They will come back to ring center. And we will score that and get to the last round. Okay, here we go. The start of round number 12, the final round. Can Apollo make a comeback, or will Drago just keep on going here and possibly knock out Apollo? We'll see here. Alright, so no control for Drago. Apollo gets control. Apollo lands a power punch. There's a 14. 14 on Drago's 4. 14 on a 4. A 5H. And a 5H is score 5 points. He's hurt by that. And he retains control factor for the next turn. Goes straight to the action. So 69 for Apollo is ring movement. And he stays ring center, but he's still in control. Apollo, nope, he loses control. Drago, no control. Apollo, no control. Drago gets control. Drago, 27, lands a punch. And the punch is a 64. And a 64 is a 2-point combination. Drago, no control. Apollo, no control. Drago gets control. Drago, 24, lands a punch. And it's a 66. And a 66 is a 2-point combination. This is the last round. They're both going at it. Drago keeps control. Drago lands a punch. And a 41. And a 41 is a 3-point combination. Or a 3-point cross. Drago staying in control. Drago, 57. 57 is a clinch. Drago still in control. Drago, 26. Lands a punch. And it's one partially blocked. Drago still in control. Drago, 71 is ring movement. Still in the ring center. Drago loses control. Apollo, no control. Drago, no control. Apollo gets control. Apollo lands a punch. Does a power punch. A 5. A 5 on Drago's 4. And that's a 4-pointer for Apollo. Big shot. Apollo loses control. Drago gets control. Drago, 28. Lands. And a 56. And a 56 for Drago. Is a 3-point combination. Drago stays in control. Drago, 47. 47 is a missed punch. Apollo going to try and counter. No counter. Drago. No control. Apollo gets control. Apollo. 42. And a 42 is a missed punch. But Apollo keeps control. Oh, sorry. Yeah, he keeps control. 68 for Apollo is ring movement. And the ring movement is they stay in ring center. Apollo gets control. Apollo, a 23, lands a punch. And a punch. 37, and a 37 is a 3-point cross. Alright, so that ends the 12th round. Both these fighters fatigued, going at it. And in that last round, Drago landed 11. Apollo landed 12. Alright, so I will tally up the scores here, and I will give you the final results here. Okay, we have the judge's decision. Judge 1 scored it 117 to 111. Judge 2 scored it 118 to 109. And Judge 3 scored it 116 to 101 for the winner by unanimous decision. The Siberian Express, Ivan Drago. So there you have it, Ivan Drago winning by unanimous decision. And he had outscored Apollo in punches 137 to 101. So Apollo did make a bit of a showing in the earlier rounds, but then after, Drago just dominated him and landed a lot of the bigger shots. So there you have it. That is a game of title bout. This one went the full 12 rounds. I guess better than the movie if you're an Apollo fan. You know what happens in the movie. So he did make it to 12 here, at least in this game. So thanks again for watching, guys. If you had any questions about this game, or if I did anything wrong, please, leave a comment. Let me know, if I did anything wrong in this game. As you can see, it does play pretty smoothly. I'm just, recording the game and, having to, explain things and that. But if you're playing on your own, I mean, it does play pretty smoothly. And actually, this fight actually went a little bit better than I thought, because there wasn't actually anything to do with any cuts or swelling in this. Just a lot of the referee fouls were coming into play. But overall, yeah, it went pretty smoothly, I think, for a playthrough. And I hope you guys enjoyed it, or I hope you learned something from it. Or again, if I am doing something wrong, please let me know. And I would love to try and fix what I'm doing here. But I think, again, if you are an old school Title Bout 2 player, again, these charts have changed, and some of the little intricate details have changed. So I would check that out first. And again, if I am doing something wrong, then yeah, for sure, please let me know what I'm doing wrong, because I would like to play this game right and make sure I'm playing it right as well. So, but thanks again for watching and subscribing and leaving comments. I appreciate it, guys. I thank you for your support as always, and hopefully I'll be making some more videos soon, and hopefully I will see you guys soon in the next video. So God bless, guys. Take care, and see you in the next one. All right.